During this time of COVID, I have been thinking a lot about three things. First of all, an event of unity and harmony that happened to me when I was a child. In the 80s, there was a very strong earthquake in the south of Italy where many people died. The shakes were continuous and so strong that we all had to leave our homes and spend most of our time all together in the streets, around little fires that kept us warm. That very cold winter, we shared food and fears. The level of solidarity was very high. We are in a similar situation now. In a time of general crisis, people bring out the best of themselves. Are those not signs of a different world and of encouragement? Where people care about others and feel strangers as their neighbors. We can say that this is again a period of revival, of solidarity, maybe in a time where people were very individualistic. How much love we have seen in these months in our world, city and streets. Love and solidarity that might change the face even of our church after the lockdown. And it is not by chance that we ministers are trying in every way to make our churches plan something new, some mission projects that might change also the face of our church. My hope is that we will keep this sense of unity also after this challenging period. Now, here, the second thing I would like to share with you, especially about the importance of relationship. There is a movie that I saw and I really like, and you might have known as well. And it is called The Dictator with Charlie Chaplin, where he plays the part of Hitler, an imaginary Hitler who is completely different, we can say the opposite from the original. We all want, he says, to help one another. Human beings are like that. We want to live by each other's happiness, not by each other's misery. We don't want to hate and despise one another. In this world, there is room for everyone, and the good earth is rich and can provide for everyone. The way of life can be free and beautiful, but we have lost the way. Charlie Chaplin, the dictator, carries on saying, in the 17th chapter of Luke, it is written, the kingdom of God is within human beings, not one man or one woman, nor a group of men or a group of women, but in all human beings. In you, the people, have the power to create happiness. You, the people, have the power to make this life free and beautiful, to make this life a wonderful adventure. Let us use that power. Let us all unite, he says. Let us fight for a new world, a decent world that will give men and women a chance to work, that will give youth a future and old age security. Let us fight to free the world, to do away with national barriers, to do away with greed, with the hate and intolerance. Let us fight for a world of reason, a world where science and progress will lead to all men's and women's happiness. Soldiers, let us all unite. And finally, comes to mind a beautiful theatre play, a play called Our Town, written by Thornton Wilder, that has been very encouraging and spoke about the importance of relationships. Here, a human called Emily dies, and in the kingdom of God cries because she misses her family and her life. So God, seeing all that suffering, allows the young woman to go back to life, to live again and enjoy one day, only one day of her life, of her past life, and she goes back to earth, and it's her 9th birthday. She sees her mom busy to prepare the cake, to cook, to tidy up the house, and she would like to ask her to sit down instead and to enjoy that moment with her, to look at each other's eyes and to live their time deeply. But she cannot tell her what she feels in that moment and how hurt she feels. That is a terrible time for her because she decides to go back to the kingdom of God because she's suffering too much. And she says, goodbye, goodbye world, goodbye, Mama and Papa, goodbye to clocks ticking and Mama some flowers and food and coffee and new iron dresses and hot bath and sleeping and waking up. Oh, hurt, you are too wonderful for anybody to realize you. Do any human being ever realize life while they live it? Every minute. And a friend who is in the kingdom of God with Emily says to her, that's what it was to be alive, to move about in a cloud of ignorance, to go up and down, trampling on the feeling of those about you, to spend and waste time as though you had a million of years, to be always at the mercy of one self-centered passion or another. So, dear friend, finally, this film and play with our current situation made me think deeply about the importance of our present. Even if we are locked in, even if we live with our fears. But this is the time that God has given to us. This is the gift we need to live and be thankful for. A present where to be mindful and grateful. A time of joy where each moment must be loved and lived in unity with those God put on our same journey.